From Wake Tech today on YouTube, Dolphins basketball as the Wake Tech Classic enters day number 2 and Brunswick Dolphins take on maybe one of the biggest programs in history to ever play Brunswick in the regular season at least. It's third-ranked Daytona State. The Falcons are 3-0 against your Dolphins of Brunswick, who are 2-0. So it's November 8th, and we've got two teams who have combined for 5 wins. Should be a fun one here today. Again, another big test for the Dolphins, and one of the biggest, like I said, in program history. Let's meet the starting lineups. We'll start with Daytona State, the Falcons head coach, Joey Cantons, and he is starting number 0, Trey Wilson, number 13, Adrian Shackleton, number 2 is Noah Mendy, and number 4, Tyrese Lacey, and number 32 is Ryan Bewley. That's the starters for Daytona State as the Falcons, again, 3-0. Meanwhile, for Brunswick today, it's about the same as yesterday. Number 1, Elias Bowser getting the start. Also, number 4, Darius Kane. Number 10 is Ty Outlaw. Number 15, Victor Olayo. And number 22 is Linwood Rowe. So that is how the starters will line up for today, as the Dolphins got to 2-0 yesterday, defeating County College of Morris 100-86. Linwood Rowe led the Dolphins with 15 points. Barr had 14, Bowser 13, and Bartney with 11. Meanwhile, for Daytona State, 3-0, all their victories against Region 10 opponents. They beat Wake Tech 91-70 yesterday. That was closer than I think maybe we thought it would be, given that Daytona State already beat Wake Tech earlier this year by 37. That was in Daytona on Halloween. The other victory this year for the Falcons, they beat Salkehatchie by 43. That was back at the Daytona Classic, played on November 1st. So, tip is controlled by the Falcons, and we're underway. This Lacey kid with the basketball is a dime machine. 8.5 assists per game entering the weekend. So look out for the little 5'8" point guard miscommunication there, as Lacey did not cut. Wilson thought he would, so game starts with a turnover. That's going to be a key today for Brunswick. They're going to have to get on the glass and limit the turnovers as well, as both teams start with a turnover. So if you're Brunswick here, you've got to take care of the basketball. You've got to rebound the basketball. This Daytona State team, their entire starting lineup is averaging double figures, as the alley-oop goes down low, and laying it up and in was Mendy. So Falcons are on the board first in the opening minute. Kane, who had 6 points yesterday, gets a screen, takes it between the circles, now left of the lane, trying to get around the big guy, Bewley. Shot clock is at 10. Bowser will reset with the shot clock now at 7. Bowser, step back, triple try, off the back iron, tip for the rebound, it goes out of bounds. They're going to say it's off Outlaw, and it'll go back to Daytona. Say Falcons team beating Brunswick for the first time. Reached the quarterfinals of the NJCAA tournament a season ago. Bewley hangs it short, rebound by Outlaw. Brunswick looking to go quickly, attacking and scoring is Kane. So Darius Kane with the first bucket for Brunswick, and we are tied at 2, and we stay tied on that three-point miss, but Kane can't come up with the rebound. So Daytona State lost in the quarters to Connors State. They beat Barton, who beat Brunswick in the opening round in Hutch a season ago. Mendy with the handoff to Lacey from way downtown, no. Offensive rebound, Bewley. Bewley flips it up, no. Offensive rebound, Wilson. And Wilson is fouled down low. The hustle plays right now going towards Daytona State. Not a good sign for the Dolphins. Dolphins will have 8 days off after today. Wilson scores his first point on the free throw. Dolphins will be home Sunday, next Sunday against East Georgia State. That's the 16th. And then the Thanksgiving Classic the following weekend. Wake Tech will come down and participate in that. So Daytona is up 4-2 as Kane walks it into the front court. Kane, pass deflected out. Active hands there by Lacey. Daytona's won by double figures in every game. Again, all against Region 10 opponents this season. Look out, Kane almost picked that foot up. Can't move on the inbound. Alayo back to him. Hauser was trying to post up, now takes it on the wing. He does have the size advantage. Bewley comes to help defensively. Elias got to get it away. He does down low to Outlaw, who lays it up and in. So Dolphins tied up with Daytona State for the second time here in the first 2.5. Going quickly, Shackelford out to Bewley. Shackleton, to Bewley, who airballed it. And here comes Brunswick. Again, it's Kane front court on the left side. Alayo to Rowe. Rowe with 15 yesterday. Gives it up to Outlaw, no good. Rebound controlled by the Falcons. Falcons running and gunning. Wilson out to Lacey. 4-3, no good. So Falcons are cold at the start of this one. Alayo pushing. Alley-oop, slam, dunk, Rowe. Dolphins on top for the first time. Mendy from the half circle. Ball batted off the backboard. Here comes Brunswick on the rebound by Rowe. Kane backing down. Again, Lacey just 5'8". One of the better point guards in the country, though. Bowser, corner three is good. Dolphins lead it 9-4. 7 straight for Brunswick. This is a great, you can't ask for a better start here if you're Brunswick. You know, you got to take it in these 4-minute stretches now that we have these media timeouts and you're the underdog in these kinds of games. If you're Brunswick, you know, you win the first 4 and then you worry about the next 4 and then you keep regrouping in these huddles. But right now, Brunswick is looking great against preseason number 3 Daytona State. Again, quarterfinal participant in the national tournament a season ago. Mendy out deep. Pull up is short by Harper, who's in the game for the first time. So Alex Harper checking in. Another extra chance opportunity. Harper missed that one as well. Kane got the rebound and he's fouled. So Dolphins getting stops right now. The defense is working for Brunswick, and they lead it 9-4. Good start here for Brunswick. Really good start for the Dolphins against this very good Falcons team. We're going to keep the we'll keep it here for now, not take the timeout. I wanted to mention a couple of things. I thought I'd give you guys a quick cancer update. I got some good news today. So we did a bunch of tests on my head to see if the cancer that started as melanoma on my head spread anywhere. And they did a CAT scan first, and that came back pretty clean. So we were hopeful but cautious because the MRI is what really tells the tale there. So I got the MRI, and the MRI came back as clean as well. So a lot of really good news as far as that goes, and I'm feeling really good today. I am going after this game to the store, and I am getting the biggest piece of chocolate cake that I can possibly find. I think we learned yesterday that, I like chocolate cake way more than I like vanilla cake. I also, don't tell anybody. If they don't get it, just don't let them get it. I also wanted to mention now, Walter Shaw is 2 wins away from 500 in his career. So if the Dolphins can get the upset today, that would give him a chance to win his 500th game on his home court next Sunday. And if not, it could possibly come at the Thanksgiving Classic. But again, Walter Shaw is 2 wins away from 500, and just a massive, important milestone for a college basketball coach, that 500 win mark. Inbound goes to Zion Gardner. Gardner comes up empty. Good defense there by the Falcons. So we got some changes both ways. Wilson on point right now. And Dye is in as well for Daytona State. Mendy still out there. There's Lacey getting it to him. Pull up by Mendy, got it to go. Mendy up to 4. He's got 4 of the 6. Now for Brunswick. Let's see who's in right now. So I mentioned Zion Gardner. Kane's still out there. Running the baseline there. Rowe got hit, and he is down. And Dye, certainly no harm meant there. Going for the basketball, but good to see him get back up. Linwood Rowe took a hard fall. So Rowe is up. He's okay. Zion Gardner, I mentioned. Who else is out there? It looks like I'm missing Jordan Barr. Elia remains out there, and Kane. So it took us a while to get there, but that's the 5 on the floor right now for Brunswick. Zion Gardner is, no, he's not at the free throw line. Nobody's shooting free throws here. There was a foul call before that contact where Rowe hit the deck. They go down low to Gardner. The reverse, second time his shot's been blocked by Ndiaye. Lacey and Daytona State going fast. Lacey swings it out, catch, shoot 3, no good by Mendy. Tipped rebound comes to Zion. Into the front court, it's Kane. Turnaround shot, that's the 3rd block already from Ndiaye. I don't know, Daytona State's been promoting Wake Tech stream, so I don't know if we have any Falcons fans watching, but I'm curious about that name, if I have that number 24 name right. So if there are Falcon fans out there and I'm mispronouncing that, please, by all means, speak up. Blake Bartney is in for the first time, and before the inbound, we have a foul called. That's 3, I believe, on Daytona State. Dolphins have a couple. So again, Kane trying to inbound. We have another foul, and this one's going against Brunswick. CJ Hall is in for Daytona State. He'll inbound it here. Hall, the freshman, averaging 17.5 entering this weekend. Kane into the front court. Circus shot there, and more free throws upcoming on Brunswick's 4th foul. And Mendy going back to the line. Again, he has 4 of the 6 for Daytona State. Noah Mendy averaging 18 a game, 7.5 rebounds, and 2 steals. He came into the weekend. Again, it's small sample size, but Mendy shooting 77% from the field and 50% from 3. First free throw is good, so Mendy is up to 5 points. So Mendy gets 1 out of 2. We got it over the back on the rebound attempt there. So Dolphins maintaining a 2-point lead. Haven't scored in the last minute and a half, though. It's been a little more of a defensive battle than we thought as the Falcons pick up full court here. Barr gets the bounce pass in the front court. Brooks is in. Brooks on the block. Brooks turns, shoots, and scores. Brunswick by 4 again as Jamie Brooks gets his first basket. I don't think Brooks did not play yesterday. Second of a back-to-back. Catch, shoot 3 by Hall. Got it to go. C.J. Hall, 54% from behind the arc in the first 2 games this season. Blake Bartney into the front court. He had 11 yesterday evening. Jordan Barr on the left side. Here's Brooks, top of the key. Brooks attacks. Throws it off the glass. Not that time. Rebound controlled by Mendy. Lacey front court with it. Over 9 assists the season ago. Lacey attacks. Alley-oop, slam, dunk, and diet. Daytona State is up by 1 now. Third lead change of the game. Barr comes up short on the hanger. Lacey now attacking. Mendy back out to Hall. Hall backing down on Kane. Cross court to Lacey. Mendy from way outside, in and out and back in. Mendy's got 8. Daytona State leads by 4. The triple starting to fall now for the Falcons. Kane swings it out. Barr. Brooks was cutting. Barr dribbling on the wing. Pull up the midi. No good. Rebound again controlled by Daytona, and then Brooks fouls over the back. That's going to take us to another timeout. So first 4 minutes went great for the Dolphins. Next 4 went great for Daytona as the Falcons now lead it by 4 with 11:57 left to go here in the first half at the Wake Tech Classic. All right, back to Raleigh. Chris Shima, glad to be back with you from the home studio in Ohio. 15-11 Daytona State. We've had 3 lead changes and 2 ties. Shackleton is back in. He has it top of the key. So is Bewley. Deep looking 3 that time by Mendy. That might have been a heat check. He's had a great start with 8 of the 15 for the Falcons. Here is Kane with 2 points. Dishes down low. Latham blocked, but fouled by Mendy. So Amari in for the first time here for Walter Shaw's team. Latham with 9 points yesterday. Amari, Brooks still in, Barr. 1 out of 2 for Latham. Kane. And it looks like Blake Bartney. That's the 5 right now for Brunswick. Latham going for the steal, ran out of real estate. Good hustle, though, by Amari. So both teams with 5 team fouls now with 11:25 to go here in the half. And we're shuffling for the Falcons and head coach Joey Cantons. He took over this program. They went 11-17 the year he took over. And they've won over 25 games every year since. What a job he's done with Daytona State in that impossible Region 8. That Florida Sunshine, whatever the heck the name of the region is. It's Region 8, and it's a brutal one. So much good talent at those Florida JUCOs. Kane for 3, got it to go. We are tied. Kane with 5 of the 15. Daytona State looking to go quickly. Top of the key, Shackleton fires a rocket. Got to take a little bit off that. Shackleton knew it. He says, "My bad," to his teammate. So a turnover for the Falcons. Elias Bowser back in with 3 points. Bowser, Bartney, Kane in the backcourt against this full court press. Latham and Brooks, the 5 right now for Brunswick as we approach the midway point here in this opening half. Dolphins holding their own against number 3 Daytona State. Contested shot, Bartney no good. Rebound by Bewley. Shackleton hesitates, attacks, swings it out. 3 by Wilson in the corner, no good. Rebound Latham. He's got Bartney out on the run, gets it to him, and Elias lays it up and in. Good transition offense there as Lacey is fouled by Bartney. 16 foul on the Dolphins. Now, got to be careful here for Brunswick. The last thing you want to do is give up and allow Daytona to get to the line. Lacey gets the handoff. Bit of a mismatch here. He's going to try to find Bewley. Defense comes to help there. That was great help defense by Latham there. And then the turnover for the Falcons. Brunswick is looking legit right now, folks. This is a real good start to this game. Long way to go, but all encouraging signs thus far against the Falcons. Bartney for 3. Off the back rim. Ball batted. Bowser. And I think he might have been called for the foul. And if he is, then we're going to the other end for a 1-and-1 here for Daytona. Daytona State will be home again Friday and Saturday for the Daytona shootout. Friday against Northwest Florida State, and then Saturday against Southern Crescent Tech. So first real big test of the year for the Falcons coming up on their home court on Friday against the always bouncy Northwest Florida State. Seven players on this team averaging double figures. Daytona State as Wilson in and out on the 1-and-1. Dolphins get a break there. Latham with the rebound. So Brunswick remains on top. 4 lead changes, 2 ties here in this first half. We're past the midway point, 9.5 left to go in Raleigh. Bartney takes it left wing. Cut off. Latham attacks. Circus shot. He would have been better off there giving up to either Brooks, who was down low, or they had a guy open on the wing. Nice recovery there by Brooks to get the deflection. Throw ahead goes to Latham. Latham attacks again, and that's the second time just out of control there. You don't have the numbers, pull it back. Shackleton drives in, and it's blocked by Brooks and deflected it off Shackleton. What a play defensively by Brooks. Jamie Brooks, the freshman from Little River, showing out. He'll go out of the game now. Brewer has come in. Brewer had 6 points yesterday. Caden Brewer, offensive foul here on Brunswick. Ty Outlaw back in with 2 points. Mentioned Brewer, Bartney still out there, Latham, and Bowser. That's the 5 for Brunswick. So Lacey to inbound. Here's Mendy. Mendy, ooh, he's hurt. He's hobbling there in the corner. Hopefully he'll be okay. Ooh, I don't know. Hopefully just a cramp. I don't think it's an ankle thing. But he's coming right out. That's a big loss for the Falcons. Mendy with 8 of the 15 points. Free throws now for Lacey. Tyrese Lacey has not missed from the free throw line, at least in the first 2 games. No stats from yesterday. Came in averaging 10 points, 8.5 assists per game, and 2 steals. And I love it. I'm 5'4". I love it when my short people are balling on the court like this young man has been doing at Daytona State. Lacey front end is good. Just 5'8". Really good court vision. High IQ player. I'm always going to rep my short people. I don't care if they're from Brunswick or not. We got to stick together. So again, the trap is on. Barr is back in. Thrown front court to Rowe. Bowser now to Brewer. Brewer flips it up, no. Tip rebound, and it comes to Lacey. Lacey into the forecourt. Lacey left alone. He'll shoot a deep one off the back rim. Box out by Outlaw, but Brunswick comes up empty on the rebound. Here's Wilson now on the wing. Wilson backing down. And they got Bowser, I think, on a reach there. Bowser was trying to take the charge, but went in under with the arm instead. So we're going to have a timeout and more free throws. In fact, it's double bonus time for Daytona State as we are at the 7:53 mark, all even at 17 apiece. We'll be back. Brunswick Dolphins, Daytona State Falcons here at the Wake Tech Classic. Chris Sheeman back with you from the home studio in Ohio. Thanks for hanging out with me on this Saturday afternoon. We're getting some snow coming up Monday. I think we're sending some cold down your way. I don't know if it's not going to Daytona. I don't think it's going to get that far south, but it's going to get pretty. Panhandle in Florida is going to feel some 20s and 30s this week. I love it. I cannot wait. Got a big old pot of soup ready for tomorrow. Bring on the snow. It's helpful when you work from home. So Daytona State is back up after Shackleton gets those free throws. Double bonus rest of the first half for the Falcons. Elias swings it out. Here's Barr for three. Got it to go. Sixth lead change. We've had 4 ties as well. Lacey driving baseline, swings it out, finds the open man. The three is no good. Rebound controlled by Rowe. Dolphins running again. What a play there by Brewer. Brewer aggressive right to the hoop. Dolphins by 3. Brunswick is led by as many as 4. They go down low. Bewley, and he lost it out of bounds. Extra pass there by Wilson. Folks, this is not wouldn't be like one of the greatest upsets in basketball history or anything like that. But I don't believe that Brunswick has ever beat a top 5 program. A D1 top 5 program, nonetheless. Brewer attacks again. Brewer, that time off the mark. Harper the rebound for Daytona State. Here's Mendy. Mendy, good to see him back out there. Wilson stepped out of bounds. So Mendy left with a brief injury. He's got 8 points. 3 for Hall, and then 2 apiece for Wilson, Shackleton, and Dye. Pull up 3 by Alayo off the back rim. Offensive rebound by Barr, then he lost it. They're going to get a tie up, and Dye back in, ties him up, and the jump ball possession arrow keeps it with the Finns. So Brewer to inbound it here, checking the court for wet spots. Outlaw back in. Outlaw catches the inbound top of the key. Here's Alayo between the circles. Trying to go to work on Harper. Puts it off the glass, no. Rebound by Ndiaye. Lacey to Wilson, back to Lacey. Hall drives baseline, reverse swatted by Outlaw. Defense to offense maybe. Brewer no, but he's fouled. What a first half performance by this Dolphins defense. 2 free throws coming for Caden Brewer. Again, 6 points yesterday, 2 so far here this afternoon. Left that one short. Brooks is in for Ty Outlaw. Brooks has had a couple of real nice defensive plays of his own here in this opening half. Got a lane violation, and it's on Brunswick. So just inside 6 minutes to go here in this first half. Dolphins by 3 against preseason number 3 Daytona State, one of the national contenders in the NJCAA. Mendy contested, no good. Rebound by Brewer. Guards have done a nice job rebounding today for Brunswick. Alayo on the wing. Bounce pass goes to Brooks. Brooks puts it up, no. Here's Mendy in the front court. Scoop over to Lacey. Lacey kept the dribble. Out to the 3 ball, no good. I believe that was Wilson. Barr, couple of fakes, gave it up. Alayo down low to Rowe. Rowe misses, Rowe cleans it up. Dolphins with their biggest lead now a 5-point advantage inside 5 to go until halftime. Lacey stripped but fouled. That is a tough call. Got him on the arm though, so Lacey back at the line. Both of his points from the charity stripe. 6 lead changes and 4 ties here in this opening half as the Brunswick Dolphins not only holding their own, but winning against Daytona State. Tyrese Lacey stays perfect from the charity stripe, I believe, on the season. Brewer back in for Brunswick as Barr goes out. Barr had 14 yesterday, scoreless first half thus far. Kane is also back in with his 5 points for Brunswick. First miss that time for Lacey. Brewer comes away with the board. Elia swings it up. The catch and shoot, and the triple is down for Rowe. Linwood Rowe has 7, and the Brunswick Dolphins lead by 7. And an offensive foul on the Falcons. Wow. Brewer will walk it up slowly. A little man pressure here from Shackleton. Gives it up Elia top of the key. Hand off to Kane. Back now to Brewer. Kane. Brewer splits the defense. Throws it up. That was deflected by the Falcons. Official down low didn't see it, but the official nearest us did. Good eye, guys. Way to communicate there. So it will stay with Brunswick with 10 on the shot clock. Brewer now swings it out. Miscommunication between him and Kane, and the turnover. Brunswick holding Daytona State to just 20 points here in this first half thus far. Shackleton. Mendy hands it back off to him. Mendy gets around one defender, met by 2 more. I mean, you can see everybody's just running, but they don't run fast enough to Hall, and Hall has his second triple. 6 points, all from downtown. Brewer, bounce pass down low. Here's Brooks. Brooks lost it, got it back. Scoops it back out to Brewer. Elia takes the 3, cut off. Rowe with 7 points. Back out to Brewer. Shot clock at 7, loses it. It's a steal by Bewley, and then Dolphins take it right back. Here's Rowe in the post. Back out to Elia, top of the key. Elia pull up inside the arc, got it to go. Here's a poke away. Brewer pokes it away, and the layup is good by Kane. The Dolphins lead by 8. Biggest lead for either team. And it's all defense right now for Brunswick. That has been the mainstay. They have been so active defensively. Down low, Bewley. 2 defenders on him, and he'll have to earn it at the charity stripe. I believe we're going to have a timeout here. So we'll have free throws when we come back. What a start for Brunswick at the Wake Tech Classic. We'll step aside. We'll be right back. Dolphins playing great defense. Few too many fouls, I guess, if you want to nitpick, but Brunswick leads by 8 in a game that's had 6 lead changes and 4 ties. Bewley at the free throw line, scoreless in the first half thus far. There's not much going down consistently for Daytona State. Mendy does have 8, Hall with 6. Bewley came in 67% from the free throw line, gets 1 out of 2. 31-24. Nearing the end of this first half. Dolphins got to finish these final 2 minutes and change strong here. Don't want to give any momentum to the Falcons. Brooks down low. Brooks off the glass and in. His second field goal like that, using that pivot foot. And now the lead is 9. Again, biggest of the game for Brunswick from that baseline shot by Mendy. That was nasty. So Mendy now in double figures. He's got 10 of the 26. Brewer. Rowe. Brooks. Backing down again. This time rejected by Mendy. Don't forget, folks, we got the YouTube chat going. If you want to communicate during today's broadcast, feel free to say hi. Let us know where you're watching from. Elias swings it at Brewer. Extra pass, unselfish basketball to Rowe. And that's going to be a backcourt violation. Mendy was not front court fully in time. Joey Cantons, a coach who has been just about everywhere you can be, including coaching in Germany. He's not pleased with his team's effort here in this first half. A lot of mental errors. Credit the Dolphins. They have come to play. Ooh, Dolphins. Kane got away with that. He was in the backcourt. Official did not see that. I don't know how he missed that. His whole left foot was in the backcourt. Instead, it's, well, hey, break for the Dolphins. Good call, officials, says the guy who's paid by Brunswick Community College. That's who writes my check, so that was a great call. Ray Charles could have seen he was in the backcourt, but that was a great call. Here's Brooks now at the free throw line. Both teams in the bonus. Brunswick has gone up double figures against the preseason number 3. Bewley back in for Daytona State. Brooks now with 6. So Rose got 8, Kane with 7, Brooks 6, Bowser with 5. All Dolphins in the first half. Nobody could have predicted this. But these Brunswick Dolphins believe. De Los Santos is in for the first time. Airballs that 3. They save it, but to the wrong team. Dolphins with numbers. Pushing the tempo is Brewer. Brewer had it stripped, got it back. And in the trees, it's blocked out of bounds, and they say it's off Brunswick. Janil De Los Santos, one of the freshmen coming in for Daytona State, as they look for anything that they can find. They are down by 11 to Brunswick. Got another timeout. We'll step aside. me, Chris Sheeman, back to live action inside a minute to go here in this opening half. Daytona State going quickly. Can't get the three to go. Offensive rebound controlled by the Falcons. Here's Mendy swinging it out near side. De Los Santos extra pass to Lacey for three, in and out. Flying in with the putback is Hall. Well, if you're Daytona and you're not shooting the basketball very well, got to keep crashing the glass. Rebounding has been a problem for Brunswick as Kane is tripped up and fouled. So Kane going to the free throw line. That's 9 team fouls, so still a 1-and-1 here for Brunswick. Hi to Coretta. She's watching in Columbia. As Kane gets the first to go, he's up to 8 points. Mr. Melvin, a former Dolphin from way back in the day, the early days of the program. Watching what might be some history for his former Dolphin team, as the Brunswick Dolphins, again, leading third-ranked Daytona State by 11. We have a timeout here with 23 seconds left to go. So Daytona State calling for time maybe to set something up here. That was a timeout by Brunswick. My apologies. So Walter Shaw wanting to make sure his defense is ready. He wants this double-digit lead going into the locker room. Timeout by Coach Shaw. He knows the importance of this possession, as the Falcons have just 28 on the board here in the first almost 20 minutes now. Again, Walter Shaw, 2 wins away from 500 in his career. And again, maybe L. Melvin on the YouTube chat, you can let me know, but I don't have them ever beating a top 5 D1 program. That's going to be a goaltend there as Lacey right to the hoop. Dolphins will have 11 seconds to work with here. Kane into the front court. They left him alone. He goes right to the hoop and scores. Terrible defense there. And at the buzzer, that shot will not count. And Brunswick matches its biggest lead. What a first 20 minutes of action at the Wake Tech Classic. The Brunswick Dolphins 41, Daytona State 30. So we'll go to the halftime break. We'll come back after 15 minutes and bring you what should be a very exciting second half of basketball. Don't go too far. Welcome back to the Wake Tech Classic. Third-ranked Daytona State, the Falcons at 3-0, taking on the Brunswick Dolphins at 2-0. And right now the Dolphins putting on a defensive clinic, leading 41-30. And remember, Brunswick fans, this is a team in the first couple of games at least, they struggled in the first half. Remember yesterday in that victory, they put up 59 in the second half. So very interesting second half in store. Let's see what adjustments the Falcons have made as Lacey goes to work. Dolphins got to keep up that defensive pressure and has helped them build this double-digit lead. Going to the hoop, Bewley, he's been off today and he stays cold. Just 1 point from the charity stripe. Kane into the front court, he's got 11 so far. Rowe with 9, Brooks with 6, Bowser with 5. Dolphins turn it over here. Alayo with 2, Outlaw with 2 as well. Brewer also with a couple. Latham with 1. Daytona State's got 1 player in double figures. It's Noah Mendy with 10. Hall with 8, Lacey with 5. Those are the top 3 scorers for the Falcons. Driving in Lacey. Swings it out to Shackleton with 2 points. Shackleton not able to get anything going. They go down to the big guy again. Ty Outlaw fouls him, so Bewley will go back to the free throw line here. JUCO audiences, like I said in our first broadcast, they change every year. I know we got a few consistent people who come back, but for the most part, it's a new audience every year. The magnitude of this game, this would be definitely the biggest regular season victory in Brunswick history, but a long way to go here. A long way. So I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. 10-point lead in today's game is nothing. Dolphins have already picked up 2 fouls as well. So Shackleton the inbound it here for the Falcons. Daytona State reached the quarterfinals, Hutchinson a year ago. Head coach Joey Cantons, he was part of the coaching staff at Florida Gulf Coast during the Dunk City days several years back. And as I mentioned in the first half, they were 11-17 the year he took over. They've won over 25 games every year since. Zion Gardner coming into the game. Lacey goes to work. Tip for the rebound. Rowe has it. Rowe into the front court for Brunswick. And this pass deflected out. Last touch by Shackleton. Wake Tech will take on County College of Morris. You can see that game on Wake Tech's YouTube channel after this one is done. Zion Gardner flat-footed, couldn't get it to go. Kane with the offensive rebound. Swings it out to Bowser. Bowser with the fake, step back 3. No good, rebound to Lacey. Wilson on the left, or excuse me, that's not Wilson. Shackleton on the left side now. Here's Lacey. Lacey attacks Gardner. Might have blocked that shot. Comes away with the rebound as well. Kane, bounce pass to Alayo. Alayo, front court. Leaves it for Rowe. Rowe, hop step, left it short. Gardner tried for the rebound. Deflected to Daytona. Lacey for 3. No good. Trying to save the rebound was Wilson, but foot was on the line. Bewley goes out, and Dye coming in for Daytona. Dolphins will be back home next Sunday. They will take on East Georgia State. I'll have that for you on YouTube. Defender fell down there, and I think away from the play we have a foul down low on the Falcons. So first foul of the second half. Kane to inbound. High scorer in the game with 11. Elia, who had 8 points yesterday, 2 points today. It's a screen, hesitates, attacks, swings it out to Bowser. Bowser drives in, cut off, 6 to shoot for Brunswick. Here's Kane with 2, with 1, just got to throw it up, doesn't draw iron. They play the soccer advantage for Daytona, who's got numbers. The 3 in transition is no good, though. Luck, it's just not going down for the Falcons, even when they're open. Ball was poked from behind, recovered. Here is Rowe for 3, no, and a foul is called. It's on Daytona. Linwood Rowe gonna go to the line for 3. Rowe with 9 points today. We got a timeout. We'll step aside as well. Just underway here in the second half, and Brunswick maintaining its double-digit lead. Linwood Rowe going to the line for 3 shots. Daytona State's down to 2 timeouts. Linwood Rowe with 9 points, had 15 yesterday as Brunswick beat County College of Morris. Rowe now in double figures. Kane's got the game high right now with 11. Rowe can match and surpass him if he can get both of these free throws to go down. He's got the second of the third. This is the biggest lead now for either team. If you're just joining us, 6 lead changes, 4 ties in the first half, but the Dolphins have pulled out now and lead by 13. Lacey handoff. Wilson driving in. Wilson is fouled. Both teams now, I believe, have 3 team fouls here. Kane picking up number 2 on him. Catch and shoot 3 is short by Wilson. Offensive rebound and Dye. Here is Mendy. Mendy out to Wilson for 3. Got it to go. See if that gets Wilson going. Just 2 points at the half. He's up to 5 now in the game. Lead back down to 10. Bowser attacking, and Bowser traveled with the basketball. I said fouls were 3-3. It's actually 3-2 Brunswick. Falcons picked up 2 pretty quickly, but that's all so far. Mendy, toss near side to Lacey. Lacey driving in to the cutter. Extra pass to Ndaye. Shot blocked, but a foul. There's an opportunity for the Falcons to get within single digits again. The Dolphins have racked up 4 fouls in less than 4 minutes. This is something they cannot do. And Dye, 8.5 points, 5.5 rebounds off the bench in the first 2 games this season for the Falcons. Up to 3 points here this afternoon. So 4 now for Ndiaye. The lead is 8. 5 straight points for Daytona State. Kane spins into the front court. Pressure really has not affected Brunswick here today at all. Kane gets a screen, attacks, swings it out. Fake by Elias, steps left, the 3 no good. Kane offensive rebound. Gets it out to Bowser from downtown. And that one hit the top of the backboard. That'll be out of bounds. A little nervousness right now for Brunswick as we go to a timeout. They got to settle themselves down. Still up by 8 against Daytona State. Welcome back to Wake Tech, the Wake Tech Classic, day number 2, first game. Brunswick 44, Daytona State 36. But the Falcons are starting to get a little more pep in their step here as that 3 goes down on the left side. Wilson has hit back-to-back triples now, and the Brunswick 13-point lead is down to 5 on an 8-0 run. 6 points for Wilson during this run right now for the Falcons. Brunswick needs a bucket here. Very important offensive possession. And Kane stepped out of bounds. They always say, the old adage is, basketball's a game of runs. And this Falcons team can go on big runs very quickly. Lacey gives it up to Lopez. Jumper is off, and Dye gets a hand in to keep it alive, and then players diving for it, and they call a foul on Gardner. It's just 2 guys going for the basketball. There's no foul there. Bowser will go out. Brewer will come back in. Brewer with 2 points at the half. Mendy gives it up to Wilson, who's the hot hand right now. And now he is fouled. Oh, boy. Sixth team foul on Brunswick. Not good. So no free throws yet, but Daytona's going to be in the bonus the rest of the way. Shackleton for 3. Airballed it out of bounds. Dolphins get a break there. They got in this 8-0 run, though. get some offense going. Just 3 points so far here in the half for Brunswick. Kane. Gardner coming to set a screen now. Kane. And Gardner, actually Kane stepped over the line, they say. So another Dolphins turnover here. Getting another look at this. Oh, barely. I mean, they missed one of those in the first half. I was just looking at it on the replay. It was on the logo, so it's really hard to see, but they definitely missed one of those in the first half, so. They called a foul, too, on Brunswick. What was the call there? Zion Gardner, I think, got teed up. Dolphins got to keep their wits together here. This is not a good second half so far for Brunswick. So the first free throw goes down for Mendy. Mendy started hot, has cooled off, so now you put him at the free throw line with the chance again. Talked about this yesterday to see the ball go through the hoop, although he goes 1 out of 2 there. So the run is up to 9-0 now for Daytona State. And the Dolphins got to get the mental edge back. They're way too worried about other things right now. Officials have not helped them, though. It's been very ticky-tacky here in the second half. So Lacey on the wing. Lacey drives right to the hoop and scores. And here come the Falcons. Brunswick briefly took its biggest lead at 13 points. 11 straight for Daytona since then. Kane swings it out to Rowe. Driving in is Brooks, and Brooks, another good aggressive play to end the run. Catch, shoot 3 in the corner, barely draws iron, fight for the rebound, and the ball is out of bounds. Did they call another foul on Brunswick? No, they said the ball's out of bounds off Daytona. All right, so Brunswick back up by 4 here, ending the 11-0 run. And now back on offense. Brewer out deep. Brewer goes right side with it. Elia splits 2 defenders. Extra pass to Kane. Kane attacks, hangs. Can't score. Tip up, no. Tried to stay with it. 3rd time's the charm for Kane. Kane with 13 in the game. He's got a game high. Back-to-back buckets as Brunswick back up by 6. Another player stepping out of bounds. This time it's Hall. We've seen that now 3 or 4 times in this game already. Here's Elia, alley-oop, missed time there. Falcons get a stop. Lacey on the far side, tosses nearest to Mendy. Looking back for Lacey, force that pass. It's a steal by Kane. Kane going to the hoop. Kane draws contact. So Kane with 13, Rose got 12. 25 of the 48 from those 2 who have been huge today for Brunswick. Make it 14 now for Kane, who had 6 yesterday. That's the thing with this Dolphins team. Daytona State can claim this as well when you have this kind of depth. Somebody different every night. Amari Latham will come back in. Bewley's back in for Daytona as both teams shuffle bodies. One out of two at the line. Ball tipped. Extra possession here for Brunswick. Latham comes away with it. Swings it out to Alayo. Alayo. Brooks driving baseline, attacks, can't score. Rebound controlled by the Falcons. I believe Hall came down with it. Lacey, front court to Hall. Ball fake, attacks, makes the extra pass down low, and the reverse. Finally, Bewley gets to see one go down. He's struggled offensively. First field goal, 4 points. Alayo, Dolphins lead 49-44. 11:50 to go in the game. Brewer out deep, 12 to shoot. Catch and shoot, Alayo for three. Left it short. On the rebound, we have a foul called on the Falcons. Brooks was fighting for position, and he drew that foul. So we're going to go to a timeout, 11:40 left to go. Brunswick trying to pull off the upset. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Raleigh, Wake Tech Classic. Dolphins 49, Falcons 44. Chris Sheeman back with you at the home studio in Ohio. Appreciate you wherever you're watching from. Brunswick trying to win what might be its biggest win in program history, at least in the regular season. Attacking is Brewer. Comes up empty. Daytona State trying to come back after being down by as many as 13. That's going to be an offensive foul there on Harper. Harper lowered his shoulder into Latham. Wait, did they call a foul on Brunswick? That is disgraceful. The officials are going to talk about this. Somebody's got to come to some reasoning here. Absolutely. Okay. Give them the benefit of the doubt. They almost did something very stupid there, but they got together and talked about it. You can't lower your shoulder like that into somebody. I mean, there's no way that could have ever been a foul on Latham. These guys are trying to be a little too involved. They did a great job officiating in the first half. Like I said, just trying to be a little too much a part of the action here in the second half. As you see, Kane fouled on the reach there from Daytona. We had really good officiating during yesterday's game. I can't speak for the Falcons game, but Brunswick's game was very well officiated yesterday against County College of Morris. Jordan Barr is going to come in. Alayo will depart. Barr had 14 yesterday. He's not scratched yet today. So maybe he can provide a little more offensive fire punch here in this second half. Dolphins just have 8 points that they're still ahead The defense has been so good for Brunswick today. They turn it over here, though. So see if Daytona State, they had an 11-0 run in this second half to get back in this game. Wilson was a big reason why. Misses that three, but Lacey, the guard, gets the rebound. Lacey out to Lopez, flat-footed, off the back iron in his triple try. And then Bewley is called over the back on that foul. I think if I remember correctly, they don't call it over the back anymore. But it's the same principle. If there's a foul, both teams now in the 1-1, by the way, so Latham going to go to the line here. Latham 1 out of 2 from the free throw line in the first half. Hall goes out. Wilson in for Daytona. So Latham is now 3 of 4 from the charity stripe. Lead back to 7 for Brunswick. Lacey with 7 points. Gives the ball up. Back to Lacey. Fakes the three. Steps left. Got the defense to commit. And Lacey is now in double figures with 10. A team that came in having 7 players average in double figures in the first 2 games. Brewer gets it back from Brooks. Brewer kept the dribble. Flip shot by Brooks, no. The volleyball tap by Latham. Wilson out to Lacey. Another flat-footed 3 attempt by Lopez, no good. Bewley the rebound, and he elbowed Brooks. It's been frustrating today for Bewley. So just past the midway point, Dolphins withstanding that 11-0 run I told you about earlier in the half. Back up by 6 with the basketball here. Again, trying to get maybe its biggest win in program history, at least in the regular season. Biggest win in program history is a matter of debate. I think if you ask Coach Shaw, those Region 10 titles that he's won over the years would be bigger than this. But in terms of competition, beating the preseason number 3 is real nice on the old resume. Dolphins come up empty here. If you're the Falcons right now, you just need some consistency. Wilson hit his first 2. He's missed his last couple. Rejected that time by Latham. Great defense by Amari there. Kane into the front court. Kane putting the moves on. To the hoop, he's stripped. I also hope that no matter what happens, that some of the people watching this will start giving some damn respect to Region 10 basketball. Tired of us getting the 24 seed in the tournament. It's ridiculous. There's a reason why Daytona State's played its first 4 games against Region 10 opponents. They know down in Florida that we can hoop up here in the Carolina. You think North and South Carolina don't have good basketball players at all levels? Come on, NJCAA. Come on, whoever's voting in this stuff, whoever puts these seeds together, look at this game. Look at this game. 24 seed last year. Give me a break. And it's like that every year. It was like that 2 years ago with Cape Fear. 24, 25 seeds. Here is Lacey attacking. Leaves it for the big guy Bewley, and he's going back to the line. So Bewley, 4 points today. Make it 5. And if you're Brunswick right now, you got 8:44 to go. They're going to have to put this team away. They've played great defense. The offense has been a little stagnant here in the second half, though. Credit the Falcons. They've picked it up defensively, recognizing that they're not at the top of their game offensively today. Bowser, quick release. 3 does not go down. Another offensive rebound by Brooks. Brooks has played his best game so far in his young career. Kane, progress impeded there. So Kane going to go to the line. Both teams now with 9 team fouls. So this is the last of the 1-and-1s that we'll see here today. Hall comes back in. Harper, I believe, departed. Free throw missed. Wilson now in transition. Lacey, top of the key. Lacey took an extra step there. Just that extra step. Kobe wouldn't get called for that. Tyrese Lacey will. Our camera guy is fast asleep right now. There he goes. I think we got another foul called on Barr. The correction, Barr was fouled, so we're going to have our first double bonus when we come back. 7:53 left to go in this game. It's Brunswick by 4 as we go to another timeout. Welcome back, everybody, to the Wake Tech Classic. Chris Sheeman back with you at the home studio in Cleveland, Ohio. Double bonus now for Barr, who's trying to get his first points of the game. As the Dolphins right now hanging on against number 3 Daytona State. First free throw is good for Barr. 14 yesterday. Again, silent until that free throw here today, but if he can get going, that would be another good offensive weapon to have. Dolphins have just 13 points. Make it 14 here in the second half. 6-point game and a steal now. Steal and a foul. So Brooks gets the steal. Hall fouls him. And I think that might be it for Hall. What a game for Brooks. 8 points, but that doesn't even begin to tell the tale. He has done every little thing defensively here today. In and out on the free throw. Jamie Brooks, high school last year, 14.8 points, 8.7 rebounds, and a block a game. He's got 9 here today. Brunswick now back up by 7. 3-possession game, 7:44 to go. Lacey's been looking for his offense a little bit with his teammate struggling. Mendy backing down on Bowser. Scoops it. Lopez, extra pass to Wilson. Mendy, deep 3. That's all the Falcons can muster right now against this defense. Now, extra possessions have been a problem. So Dolphins giving another one up here to the Falcons. Mendy now goes to the hoop. What a reverse that was. Athleticism. Noah Mendy came in shooting 77% from the field in the first 2 games, averaging 18 points. He's got 13 now. 5-point game. Bowser forcing, that's a bad possession there. Back in transition, it's Wilson, leaving it down low, Mendy again. Hangs and scores. Just like that, it's a 1-possession game here. Bar inbound, ball poked away. But you can see the Falcons have awoken here in Raleigh. They have to reset the shot clock, so they took 1 second off. Inbound goes to Kane. Kane with 14 today. 20 on the weekend. Bowser goes to work. Again, that's another contested shot. Shot rejected. Latham draws contact. 3rd time might be the charm here for Brunswick. I don't like the offense right now for the Dolphins, though. It's just a lot of contested garbage. They've got to play smarter down the stretch here. Credit the hustle plays, though, and Latham will go back to the line. This is the first. More shuffling for the Falcons. De Los Santos coming back in. Played sparingly in the first half. So 1 out of 2 for Latham, who's got 6 points on the afternoon. 2-possession game again. Lacey guarded by Kane. It's been all man defense today for Brunswick. Down low and Daya. High pass, Mendy handled it. Wilson top of the key. And Wilson is fouled by Bowser. Again, both teams in the double bonus. Trey Wilson came into the weekend 73% from the free throw line. Chance to get into double figures here. He's got 8 points right now. So Wilson with 9. Again now Daytona, chance to get within 2. Mendy comes back in, I believe. So Wilson now is in double figures with 10. It's a 2-point game. Kane, Bartney back to Kane. Inside 6 minutes to go, 5:52 to be exact. Brunswick trying to hang on, led by as many as 13 in this game. Last time Daytona State got within 2, Brunswick was able to pull it back out. We've been pretty tight in a 2-3 possession game range ever since early on in this second half, though. And the free throws have been a big reason why. They've kind of neutralized the game a lot more whistles here in the second half. Bowser going to the line. 5 points today. 13 yesterday in the win against County College of Morris. Blake Bartney goes out. Olayo checking back in for Walter Shaw. Bewley ready to come in for Daytona. So Bowser now up to 7. Again, a 2-possession game. Still 5:40 left to go. Daytona State will go back home Friday and Saturday for the Daytona Shootout. Northwest Florida State on Friday. Southern Crescent Tech on Saturday. Meanwhile, Brunswick, they're off until next Sunday against East Georgia State. Our camera guy is just falling asleep on us here in this second half. I always tell the camera people, you gotta watch the game through the lens. You can't watch the game and try to run the camera. You're not gonna pay attention. So Dolphins get a stop now. Daytona gets a stop, and driving in, Bewley draws contact. That's the kind of stuff that I was talking about. We saw this against Camp, where it's the offensive player going into the body. Why is that a defensive foul? It's one of the things in basketball that just is maddening to me, but it's not something specific to us. It's kind of across the board. De Los Santos will go out. I believe that's Lopez coming back in. So Bewley misses his first. And as Rasheed Wallace says, ball don't lie. Kane with the rebound. Kane dribbles out of trouble, pushes it into the forecourt. Gets it down low. Hot shot too strong by Rowe. I like that better from the Dolphins, though. Push it when they're pressing. Try to make something happen. That's what was working in the first half. 3 is good by Lopez. It's his first bucket of the game. We have a 1-point game. All of this happened in the first half. We have had 6 lead changes and 4 ties. Dolphins got to dig deep, though. It's been a rough offensive half. Kane attacks. Kane to the bucket. In and out. Putback is good by guess who? It's Brooks again. Brooks now with 11. Dolphins back up by 3. Lacey over to Lopez. Hands it off. Mendy. Alley-oop. Gathering was Bewley. He was way too strong with that. Bowser now will attack. Bowser reverse. No. Bewley the rebound. Wilson swings it out. Lacey. I think Lacey's played the entire second half. He alley-oops it to Bewley. Easy 2 there. 1-point game again. Kane into the forecourt. Kane had it poked away. He lost it, and they called a foul. That was a late whistle. Come on, guys. Let's let the players decide it. It's a great game, please. All right, we got 3:28 left to go in Raleigh. Dolphins trying to hang on for the upset. Welcome back to Raleigh. It's nip and tuck right now. Dolphins have led by as many as 13 in this game. They were up by 11 at the half. They're the preseason number 3 for a reason, and Daytona State is hanging around. Kane at the free throw line. He's got 14 points to lead Brunswick, make it 15. Again, Walter Shaw 2 wins away from 500 in his career. Kane, again, Dolphins up by 3. Lacey into the front court. Lacey pull up, looking for his shot again, more in the second half. Put back is good by Bewley. Ryan Bewley has not had a great performance, but he is in double figures yet again. Always reliable for the Falcons. Fake by Elia. Nice answer by Elia. So Dolphins keep maintaining. Pull up 3 by Lacey is no good. Dolphins got to get a rebound. Extra chance opportunity here for the Falcons. Again, Brunswick is up by 3 still. Wilson drives in. Bewley will try it from downtown. Air ball. You'll take that if you're Brunswick. 2:27 to go. Nitty-gritty time now for the Fins. Kane out near midcourt with it. Kane to the cutter. Landon, no, it was blocked. What defense there by Mendy. Still a 1-possession game here for the Falcons. Mendy has it. Handoff to Lacey. He'll try it from deep. No good. That's a bad shot. Somehow the Falcons come away with it, though. Mendy's 3 is no good. Another rebound. Dolphins just standing around underneath. Tip for the rebound. Another miss and another opportunity for the Falcons. Brunswick's got the yips. Finally, they collect. Brunswick was very lucky there. And that possession ran a lot of clock, so we're inside 90 seconds now. Dolphins get another basket here. They're in the driver's seat. Players are tangled up away from the ball. Alayo, I believe, is going to be called for the foul here. Yep. That's a good call by the official. Alayo just shoved them in the back. So we have a timeout. It'll be Daytona State basketball. Brunswick still has this lead. They have not let the lead dissipate. We've had no ties here in this second half as well. So Brunswick, it's not been a clean second half by any stretch of the imagination. But they are holding their own in what has become a defensive battle here in this second period. We're going to go away real quick. We'll come back and bring you the finish here in just a moment. Back to Raleigh, 65-62. And now Brunswick is going to call timeout. So we'll step aside once again. wanted to make sure we were playing basketball before I brought it back again. Daytona State down by 3. Can they tie it? Here's Mendy, yes! 5th tie in the first here in the second half. We are even at 65. Dolphins trying to upset preseason number 3. Kane into the front court. Rowe, 12 points today for Linwood. Back to Kane. Kane lost the dribble, still 12 to shoot. And Walter Shaw going to call another timeout. So both teams will have one timeout down the stretch when we come back. All right, Dolphins will have 11 on the shot clock here. Chris Sheeman back with you. Barr to inbound it for Brunswick. Barr having a little bit of trouble. Gets it in the Brooks. 9 to shoot, 8 to shoot. Brooks was in the backcourt, they say. Brooks was in the backcourt, they say. And another Dolphins turnover here. Well, if you're a glass half full kind of person, at least they'll have the final possession. But now it's Daytona State looking to take its first lead since probably about the midway point of that first half. Lacey driving in. 6 to shoot. It's down to 3. Mendy hoists, can't bank it. Rebound by Elia. Shot clock is off. Brunswick can take the final shot and try to win it. Can they pull off the biggest win in regular season program history, or will we have overtime? Right now, no timeout. Walter Shaw going to let them play it out. They do have one left to work with here. Kane has had 16 points. He's going to work. Swings it out. Barr puts it up. Barr can't get it to go, and we will go to overtime. Might have been worth it to spend that last time out there, as the Dolphins really didn't seem to have anything going, but nothing decided after 40 minutes, so we go to overtime. Dolphins will have to dig deep. We'll see what happens here in this overtime period when we come back. All right, welcome back to the Wake Tech Classic. So we go to overtime, first overtime game for both teams, as both teams have won their previous games by 20 or more. Daytona State came from 13 down to tie it at 65, and neither team could get a bucket on their final possession of the regulation. So we go to overtime. And for Brunswick, Linwood Rowe going to jump with Bewley, and it's going to be controlled by Daytona State. We had 6 lead changes in the first half, none in the second. 4 ties in the first half, just 1 here in the second. That 3 is off the mark. Rebound by Kane. Kane attacking, and he just lost that out of bounds. It has been ragged offensively in the second half for both teams. Daytona State's not been clean at any point offensively today. Dolphins scored just 24 points in the second half. Catch and shoot. Mendy hit the 3 to tie, and he hits a 3 to put him on top. Mendy with 21. Our first lead change since the first half, and the first time Daytona State has led in a long time. Dolphins gonna have to figure it out on this end, and the Falcons take it away. Daytona State back in transition. Same spot. Not that time for Mendy. Good positioning there by Bewley. Bewley on the reverse, no good, and Rowe comes away with it for Brunswick. Dolphins find themselves down for the first time. Bowser stepped out of bounds. So many mental errors both ways in this contest. And that's a huge turnover for Brunswick. Want to come out strong in this overtime period. The Dolphins have been sloppy. Wilson with 10 points. Bounce pass over to Bewley. Bewley right to the hoop. Defender went for the steal, and Daytona now in a 2-possession lead. I don't know, the energy right now for Brunswick is there. And Walter Shaw's going to make at least one sub here, try to bring in some fresh legs. Kane, Rowe, Alayo. Alayo right of the lane. Got a tough bucket there. He's got 6 now. 1 possession game, inside 3 to go in overtime here. Lacey. Lacey hesitates, scores, and 1. Stick around, fans, if you missed any of today's action on YouTube, on Facebook, and on Twitter. We'll have the game recap and the full game highlights for you. So Outlaw, who hasn't played in quite a bit, will come in and hopefully just provide some fresh legs out there. Bowser going to go out. Blake Bartney will come in as well. Lacey, very good free throw shooter, looking for the and 1 here. Baker's dozen for Lacey today. And we're going to have a timeout. 2:47 left to go here in overtime. This is the biggest lead of the game for Daytona State. Dolphins with the basketball, but down by 6 now. Biggest deficit of the game for Brunswick. Kane attacks. We're in overtime, by the way. Chris Sheeman back with you. Alayo has the only 2 points for Brunswick in OT. Couldn't get that to go. Outlaw had the rebound for a moment, lost it, but he was fouled. De Los Santos picking up his second foul. And the first free throw is short. Outlaw misses them both. 2 big misses there for Brunswick, and this one's starting to slip away. Still only a 2-possession game, but now in the second half and in overtime, Brunswick has just 26 points. Lacey has really looked for his offense a lot more here in the second half. He's got 15 in the game, second half and now into overtime. 3-possession game now, inside 2 to go. Brunswick's got to be just about perfect offensively now. Driving in, the finger roll is good for Alayo. Much needed bucket there for Brunswick. They'll spend another timeout. Both teams will be down to 1 with 1:46 left to go here in overtime. And it's a 6-point game. We'll be back. All right, Daytona State with the basketball here in a 2-possession game. Both teams with 1 timeout remaining. Full court trap is on here for Brunswick. Got to try to force some turnovers. I don't think they'll foul yet. Maybe inside a minute after the next possession if Brunswick can score. Got to get stops though. And there's a steal. Good defense by Brunswick. Out on the run, Dolphins. Oh, no call there, wow. It's been tightly called, but they play on. Back in transition now. Daytona State content to play keep away here. They find Mendy. Mendy hit the tying 3 at the close of regulation. Hit the initial 3 to put Daytona State up by 3. Another extra chance opportunity will allow the Falcons to burn some clock here. Slam dunk by the big guy Bewley. Probably got fouled as well, and that will likely do it. Dolphins are going to have to they've got to start shooting. Bartney can't get the 3 to go. We'll see if Brunswick starts the foul here. Doesn't look like they'll do that, so the Falcons don't panic after going down 13. They went down 13 very early in the second half, went on an 11-0 run immediately after that, and it was nip and tuck from there. Dolphins were able to maintain the lead until very late in the game when Daytona State tied the game at 65 to end regulation. And credit the Falcons. They have pulled away here in overtime, and they will win to stay perfect on the season. And they're going to go to the free throw line to pad their stats a little more. But Daytona State's going to go to 4-0. And the Dolphins will fall to 2-1 here today. But hopefully a sign of things to come for Brunswick. If you erase the last 10 minutes of this game, this is a really strong performance today for Brunswick, and hopefully they can continue this on for the rest of the season. So 1 out of 2, ball tipped, and that will do it. From the Wake Tech Classic, it's Daytona State in overtime, winning 80-69. Folks, we got to go. I want to say thanks again to Wake Tech and Brett, especially everybody there for allowing us to use their video. We'll be with you again next Sunday. Brunswick will be back on its home court to take on East Georgia, and we'll have that for you again next Sunday at 2 p.m. Once again, your final in overtime, Daytona State 80, Brunswick 69. Full game highlights coming at you on socials and on YouTube, so tune in for that. Until next Sunday, my name's Chris Sheeman. Take care of yourselves. We'll talk to you all again in 8 days.